Echo Canyon River Expeditions offers adventure-class rafting for anyone interested in the biggest, fastest, and most extreme whitewater experience. Having nearly continuous rapids with names such as Sledgehammer and Boat Eater, the Royal Gorge and the Numbers sections of the Arkansas River are certain to entertain even the most avid adventure rafting thrill seekers. With their extensive experience and expert skills, our guides will provide you with a world-class adventure you'll never forget.
The Royal Gorge is awesome. It's one of the deepest gorges in Colorado. I think it's probably the #1 tourist attraction in Colorado. The cliffs go 1,000 feet vertical, and sometimes we see peregrine falcons and on occasion golden eagles down there. There's actually one point in time where the river's only about 2 boat lengths wide and it goes over 1,000 feet straight up. The rapids build up till we culminate in the middle of about 4 or 5 big Class 4 rapids.
It was remarkable. You could see all the colors from red to black to gray to pink. That was certainly uniquely southwestern. The whitewater picked up rather quickly in the first half of the trip, and it was awesome. The water just was splashing over the boat, and my wife was screaming and laughing, and we had a great time.
High water down through the gorge is phenomenal. We hit these booming rapids that are pretty continuous for about 4 or 5 miles. We'll find that the handful of groups that have been rafting with us in July and August, they tend to come back for those high water trips, and man, what a difference. You're talking just enormous waves crashing all over the place, everybody's soaking wet.
When we came in, the water really picked up. We started moving really fast towards the rapid, and you could just see the Royal Gorge Bridge come into sight. It was visually stunning. It was beautiful.
As we were going down through the Royal Gorge yesterday with Adam and Megan, we were coming up to some of the big Class 4s, and as we headed down the river a little bit further, we hit my favorite rapid, Sledgehammer. And Sledgehammer is just this unbelievable rapid. It's, you know, half-mile long or so, and big waves, and right at the very bottom, you're kind of dodging a few rocks, and then it ends with just this enormous wave called Mount Rushmore. And at the bottom, everybody's soaking wet and paddle high-fiving.
Our guide Jay was great. He gave us a lot of good information about the river, including the history of the towns around and the actual gorge.
Our adventure class trips are not only challenging and exhilarating, but they also navigate some of the most breathtaking whitewater and spectacular landscapes in the country. There are few places as unforgettable as the steep desert and alpine canyons you'll encounter on our trips.
The Numbers is just a totally different trip than what you get downstream. It's a great way to kind of mix up and see that the Arkansas River is 150 miles, and there's a big difference between upstream and downstream. So even if you think you've been on the Arkansas before, if you've never been up to the Numbers, it's definitely worth checking out. Number 5 is probably one of the coolest rapids up on the Numbers. You definitely get your heart pumping a little bit before you come up to number 5. Number 5's kind of got these technical little rocks at the beginning and the entrance, so you don't want to screw that up. And then you come along, enter in on the right, and then there's a couple of really big hydraulic fun waves at the bottom. And they kind of have a bunch of big rocks on the side. When you get through those couple rocks, you know that you've made it through. I think the Numbers stretch of the Arkansas is really special and cool because you kind of get the ponderosas, you get all the big trees. It's classic Colorado with the big snow-capped mountains in the background. It's really technical water, but it's really challenging in a fun way. Lots of times up here, the water kind of has that really cool, like blue color to it. Sometimes it looks like the same color as the water would be in the Bahamas. It's just so beautiful up here, yet you still get big whitewater, challenging. You get the whole package. It's classic Colorado.
This year, book your rafting trip down the Royal Gorge or Numbers with Echo Canyon and experience the best whitewater runs Colorado has to offer. We're certain you'll be back for more.